Make it bad on purpose. I was doing a hobby coding session last week at night after a long day of work. In my head, I wanted to build a beautiful solution, efficient with all the correct coding principles. I didn't know where to start, and I started to struggle. Should I reread how the correct implementation is supposed to be? Should I check the forums? Should I be Googling something? What do I even Google? I started to get overwhelmed. Limiting thoughts like I was too tired, I had reached my capacity, started to come into my mind. I was already ready to give up with the false reassurance that I could just do it tomorrow. I then realized that coding was supposed to be fun. Why was I stressing so much? Forget about the quality. Forget about the principles. I'll refactor later. I accepted what I knew in the current moment and worked towards just making a working solution, no matter how bad it was. I ended up spending more time than I intended and ended up having a lot of fun. I realized that the main problem is that when we sit down, we're trying to match the outputs of our current session to the fantasized ideal in our head. This removes all joy from a session and worst of all prevents us from starting. In Moneyball, the manager Billy says, "I hate losing more than I like winning." We all do. So change the game so you can't lose. The game we are playing is that of inputs and the consistency of inputs. The moment you do this, you detach yourself from the outcome. You get some momentum. When it comes to SaaS, the same principles apply. We fall in love with the outcome, the 10K goal, the upward trending graph in our Stripe account, the beautiful UI. What we are building now does not match the vision we have in our heads. We forget that this is supposed to be fun. On a long enough time frame, someone who is doing it for fun will always be more consistent, which will eventually make them elite, which then leads to results. This lays the groundwork for continuous improvement. It's much easier to improve on something that exists. So enjoy the process and renounce the outcome.